Greetings. This PowerPoint slide will provide information on UDC's education programs for those who are interested in teaching grades pre-K through 12. The University of the District of Columbia offers graduate and undergraduate programs in education. We are focused on preparing teachers for urban schools, especially the District of Columbia. We are an initial licensure program, which means that once you finish either the undergraduate education program or our graduate education program, you are eligible to apply for your teaching license from the District of Columbia. We are state approved. We are CAPE accredited, which means we are a nationally recognized program. So if you were to move somewhere else, your license would be recognized there as well. You would just have to apply for reciprocity. Our classes are typically catered for working students, which means that the undergraduate classes tend to start around 4:30 in the afternoon, and our graduate classes begin at 5:30 in the evening. Again, we offer both undergraduate and graduate level degrees in education. At the undergraduate level, we offer degrees in early childhood education, elementary education, and special education. At the graduate level, we offer degrees in early childhood education, elementary education, music, which leads to a K through 12 certification, and then secondary education, which means that you would specialize in a content area and be eligible to teach middle school on up, so middle school and high school for English, math, science, and social studies. There are different pathways that you can take to get your degree and be eligible for certification. You can come in at the undergraduate level as an education major in early childhood, elementary, or special education. And if you take this pathway, you have either completed some college credits or perhaps no college credits. So maybe you completed an associate's degree at a community college. You can transfer in as an undergraduate education major, or you could have maybe taken a few classes at a college somewhere else and you didn't finish your program. You can also come in at the undergraduate level. Perhaps you know that you would like to teach something outside of early childhood education, elementary education, or special education. So maybe you are interested in teaching math or science or English, or maybe you do want to teach elementary school, but you don't necessarily want to be an education major at the undergraduate level. You can still come in at the undergraduate level, but in a non-education major. So you could major in a content area like history or music or science. Again, if you come in at the undergraduate level, you may have completed an associate's degree or have some college credits or no college credits at all. You would finish the undergraduate program and then enroll in our graduate program, which is 1 year. And at that point, that's where you would get all of your education courses. Or perhaps you have already earned a college degree, and some of you may have already earned another master's degree, but let's say you've just earned a college degree at the bachelor's level, and you would like to pursue one of our graduate programs. Then you would come in at the graduate level. Your undergraduate degree does not have to be in education. It can be in any area, and you can still pursue a master's degree in education. And again, that is a 1-year program. So the program structure at the undergraduate level is a traditional 4-year program. So if you were starting from the very beginning, you would be coming in as a freshman. If you have some credits or an associate's degree, then you would probably be coming in at a level higher than the freshman level, and you would just finish out to get your degree. Our graduate program is 1 year in length, and we start in August, and people are typically done in May or June. It just depends on when you finish completing your student teaching hours. Our classes meet 2 nights a week, 5:30 to 9:30. If you are interested in the early childhood degree, those classes meet on Monday and Wednesday evenings. If you're interested in any of the other degrees, those classes meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then everyone meets together one Saturday a month from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's also a required student teaching component. At the graduate level, we require 60 hours of observation and then 450 student teaching hours. Now, if you are coming to us and you do not work in a school, we will place you in a school for you to fulfill your student teaching hours. If you are the full-time teacher of record, meaning you already have your own classroom in a school building, then we will work with your principal or your director to make sure that everything meets our requirements, and then you can use your job site to fulfill your student teaching hours. Everyone, however, will do 60 hours of observations in different sites. So if you are already a teacher of record, there will be times when you have to leave your building so that you can go and do your 60 hours of observation. So be mindful of that. Okay, application requirements. At the undergraduate level, you will complete the traditional undergraduate application. That application is reviewed by the university. So when you apply at the undergraduate level, you are directly applying to the University of the District of Columbia, and their admissions counselors will review your application and determine if you are eligible to start your program. If they determine that perhaps your GPA is too low or something like that, then you may be required to start at the community college. That decision is made by the admissions office. Once you have been accepted into, you will need to fill out an application, and if you are a transfer student, so remember, if you already have an associate's degree or you started a program and you want to finish at UDC, you're going to have to provide transcripts for every university or college you've attended. Once you are admitted into the university, then once you are ready to come into the education program, there are requirements and a separate application for that. So we're looking for certain SAT scores or ACT scores. You write a personal essay. You need 2 letters of recommendation. We ask you to fill out a work experience form, and then there's an interview and technology task that you must complete. So that's after you have been admitted to the undergraduate, to the university at the undergraduate level, and then you have to apply for the education program. When you are coming in as a graduate student, you are applying to the university, but the program reviews your materials and decides whether or not you will be admitted. So you must fill out an online application, which is found at udc.edu, and you click graduate, and you will scroll down and you will see a button that says click here to apply now. And that is what you will click, and it will take you to a platform, an online platform that will gather your information. You will need 2 letters of recommendation. You will need transcripts from all colleges and universities you have attended. If you have taken some graduate courses and you would like to transfer those in, you need to state that at the beginning of the process so that we can review your transcripts and see if any of those would qualify for transfer credits. We do not allow more than 6 transfer credits. We do not give credit for work experience either. Then you must meet one of the following requirements. You either must have a 3.0 cumulative undergraduate GPA, or if you do not have that, you must show passing scores on the Praxis core, or if you do not have that, then you must provide GRE scores, and we are looking for a 288 combined score with a 3.5 on the analytical writing task. So you're going to do all of those bullets above and then one of those requirements. And then once we have all of your information, we will call you in for a virtual interview and a writing task. I just want to take a moment to explain how UDC's tuition works. UDC's tuition and fees are based on your residency status. So if you are a resident of the District of Columbia, you pay less than others. If you are a metro resident, which means you live in some of the surrounding zip codes, then you pay slightly higher than a DC resident. And then if you live outside of those zip codes, like if you live in Baltimore or somewhere like that, then you would pay what's called out-of-state or non-resident tuition status. And so you can see the price breakdown here. For the graduate level, what's important to know is once you get to 9 credits, the tuition does not go up. So if you are taking 9 credits or 18 credits, you would not pay more than that, let's say $5,000 a semester. And so we use that to our advantage by structuring our classes in 8-week cycles so that you can take more classes in a semester without paying more. I would also like to show you a comparison of UDC and another local university, just to show you that even if you didn't get a scholarship or you had to take financial aid, UDC is still the most economical value in the DC area. We are the only public university in the District of Columbia, and so our prices reflect that. So again, if you were to earn a full 4-year undergraduate degree, that would range anywhere from $43,000 for residents to $85,000 for non-residents or out-of-state residents. Whereas Trinity, you would pay about $100,000 for that same degree. At the graduate level again, if you are a DC resident, you're looking at about $10,000 for the entire degree. If you're considered out of state, it would be about $25,000, but that still comes in less than Trinity, which regardless of where you live, would cost you about $30,000. At this time, I would like to discuss 2 of our full scholarships. We have other scholarships available, but most people are very interested in the ones that pay for everything. So, our Grow Your Own scholarship pays tuition and fees, and it is available to both undergraduate and graduate students. We typically give it to undergraduates who are finishing up their last 2 years. So if you were coming in as a transfer student with maybe an associate's degree, you would be eligible for this scholarship. Or if you have enough credits and you never finished a degree somewhere, you could be eligible for this as well. The Grow Your Own scholarship provides praxis support. So we give tutoring, we reimburse your test fees when you take the praxis exams, and we provide books and resources, online resources to help you study. The university has been paying for textbooks for all students for the last 3 years since we've been in the pandemic, but if that were to go away and you needed to buy textbooks for your classes, the Grow Your Own scholarship would pay for that. The Presidential Alumni Fellowship is another scholarship that we offer that pays tuition only. So there are about maybe $500 in fees that you would have to pay on your own, but the fellowship would pay for everything for your tuition. This is only available to graduate students, and it pays for 4 semesters of graduate instruction. And here it says it does not have to be consecutive semesters. So that means if you started out and maybe you had to take a semester off for anything, when you came back, you would still be eligible to receive your alumni fellowship. So keep that in mind as well. So how do you qualify for these scholarships? To receive the Grow Your Own scholarship, you must be a DC resident. The whole idea behind the Grow Your Own scholarship is to get DC residents to become teachers in DC. So you must be a DC resident. You must be able to prove that you have been a resident for at least 2 years. That's how the university counts residency. And there are documents that you would bring in to show that. You must have earned a high school diploma from a DCPS school or a DC charter school. We will also accept a GED if it was earned in DC. Now, if you are a paraprofessional who works and lives in DC, you are eligible to apply for the Grow Your Own or to receive the Grow Your Own even if you did not graduate from a DC high school. So if you are a paraprofessional out there, and that includes paras, behavior techs, educational aides, so we're using the broad umbrella of paraprofessional. If you work and live in DC, you are eligible for the Grow Your Own Scholarship even if you did not graduate from a school in DC. If you receive the Grow Your Own Scholarship and accept the money, then it requires that you teach in DC for 3 years after you have graduated from our program. Okay, that is a requirement of the Grow Your Own Scholarship. You must teach in DC for 3 years after you have graduated from our program, whether that's undergrad or grad. For the Presidential Alumni Fellowship, you must be a graduate of a UDC undergraduate program. Okay? In order to get the Presidential Fellowship, you should already have a bachelor's from the University of the District of Columbia. And that bachelor's degree must be in a non-education major. So the purpose behind the Alumni Fellowship is to encourage people to go into teaching who may not have thought about teaching before. So maybe you were a computer science major or a math major or an engineering major. Then you would be eligible, an English major, music, dance, whatever. You would be eligible for the Alumni Fellowship. You must have a GPA of 3.0 or higher on your undergraduate transcript, okay? So your final GPA must be a 3.0 or higher in order to qualify for that scholarship. Okay, application deadlines. If you are interested in joining the university as an undergraduate student in the fall, then May 15th is the deadline. If you want to join the University of the District of Columbia as an undergraduate student in the spring, because undergraduate programs accept in the fall and in the spring, then you must apply by October 15th. However, if you are interested in the Grow Your Own Scholarship, then you must apply by March 15th. That is our priority deadline for scholarships. So the money comes on a first come, first served basis. So we will look at who applied first and go through like that. For the graduate program, we run a cohort model, which means everyone comes in at the same time and leaves at the same time. We do not do a spring admission. So if you are interested in joining the graduate program, the deadline for fall is April 15th. However, if you would like to be considered for the scholarships, then whether that's Grow Your Own or the Alumni Fellowship, you must apply by March 15th. Finally, if you have questions about the graduate program or the Alumni Fellowship, you will contact Dr. Anika Spratley Burton. If you have questions about the undergraduate program or transferring in, then you will contact Professor Ayana Kelly. And if you have questions about the Grow Your Own Scholarship that pays full tuition and fees, you will contact Miss Angela Perkins. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to receiving your application.